Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This video is going to be more information about the grey rock method when dealing with narcissistic people. As when it comes to dealing with narcissistic people, toxic people, emotionally draining people, the best course of action is always no contact. Leave them to go and live their life while you go and live your life. However, this isn't always possible. They might be a co-worker, they might be a friend in a great friendship group where the other friends can't recognise that person's behaviour. They might be a distant family member that you see now and again at certain occasions, or you may have to co-parent with one, in which case it needs to be limited contact, low contact and grey rock. What we have to remember is narcissistic people seek attention and they will go through many manipulative methods to gain that attention from you. They are incredibly entitled people who seek to control those around them, control their lives any way they can so that the narcissist can get their own way. They are incredibly exploitative people and they are extremely envious of others. So if they see you doing well, they either want to take this from you or they want to sabotage this for you, which is why grey rock is vital when dealing with these kinds of people. Now, some narcissists, once you start going grey rock, they can take it to the next level. Some you can ride out the storm, with others you need to contact the police. Your safety always comes first. Now, when it comes to communication, we all believe that we can just communicate with people. We can say our point of view, they will say their point of view. We can agree to disagree. We can meet in the middle ground. We can see it from another person's perspective and think, oh yes, actually they were right. Or we can see it from another person's perspective and stick to our own. And when you've got two people willing to do this, communication works very well. When you've got a narcissistic person that only wants you to see things from their way, that always has to be right, they're going to go all out to make you feel like you are in the wrong. They're going to go all out to provoke reactions from you. They're going to go all out to get you going. If they feel wound up, they're going to wind you up. If they're unhappy, they're going to go all out to make you miserable. If they're happy, they're going to go all out to treat you right, to lull you into that false sense of security so you don't recognise that it's them when they treat you wrong, because they gaslight you into believing that it's you when it's not you, it's who they are. A narcissist needs to feel like they matter, and one way to them to feel like they matter is by getting attention from you. Narcissistic people do prefer positive attention. However, if they can get you going, if they can get you emotional, if they can get you angry, if they can twist it around to blame it on you, they feel important, they feel in control of the situation. Why some might up their games when they can no longer gain those reactions from you. When it comes to doing grey rock, do not tell them you're doing grey rock. Some might look it up and work out what you're doing. Others will just think that you're going a little crazy and try to wind you up even more. Do not tell a narcissist what you are doing. This always keeps them one step ahead of you. Do not tell them you're doing grey rock. With some, you might want to start things slowly and gradually, which may seem manipulative. It's more to keep yourself safe so that they don't recognise what you are doing, so they don't recognise that their manipulation is no longer working on you. If you cut straight to grey rock, their tantrums might go to the next level. If you do it at a controlled pace, depending on the narcissist you're dealing with, they might get bored of you and unfortunately move on to somebody new. One of the first steps, which a narcissist won't notice because it's more you, or most narcissists won't notice, is to disengage, to take your emotions out of it, to take your personal experience out of it, to take your opinion out of it. Narcissists don't want to recognize these, they don't want to communicate these, and they are not interested in these unless it works in their favor. Explaining to a narcissist how you feel helps them manipulate your feelings. These are something you have to recognize within yourself and deal with for yourself, not in communication with a narcissist. When communicating with a narcissist, your emotions, your thoughts, your feelings, your opinions need to be taken out of that communication and kept for yourself to deal with yourself or with safe people. Don't take what they do or what they say personally. It says more about their character, it says more about their personality, it says more about their feelings than it ever will yours. For example, a narcissist who's willing to cheat on their partner says that that narcissist lacks loyalty, respect, honesty. It says nothing about the partner they have cheated on. A narcissist telling you that you're too sensitive says nothing about your feelings and says everything about just how insensitive a person they are. Do not take their behaviour personally. You did not cause it. You cannot change it. You cannot control it. That is who they are as a person. You need to control your emotions, your opinions around them so that they can't use them against you. Give them absolutely nothing to go on. Do not tell them about yourself. Do not tell them your plans. Be as boring and as dull as you possibly can. If they hate gardening and they want to pull you into a conversation, just talk about gardening. If they hate cars and they're trying to draw you into a conversation, just talk about cars. Be as boring as possible. This is if they are dragging you into a conversation. Try not to get into a conversation with them in the first place. If you do, be as boring as possible. At the same time, don't let them take you off topic of conversation. Sounds manipulative when they're trying to open communication with you, to have a two-way conversation, talk about things that are boring. When they are talking about important matters such as children, or you're talking about important matters such as children, keep bringing it back to the key point. Do not get distracted. Do not take them off topic. Don't let them take you off topic. If they insult you, do not insult them back. You're then getting down on their level. Leave them with their insults. Recognize that they can't communicate with you effectively. Therefore, they need to insult you to get that emotional rise out of you. So just keep bringing it back to the original topic. If it's face to face, keep that blank expression. Try to stick to answers where they can't lead you into that conversation. Try to stick to yes, no, okay. Don't say I'll think about it, because when you tell a narcissist you'll think about something, later down the line they're going to accuse you of agreeing to something you said you would think about. Try to stick to yes or no. If you do say I need a little more time, I need to think about it, expect that pushback from the narcissist. When you turn around and say no to them, they are going to say that you agreed. Remember, you did not agree, and leave them to their own thought process. If they're asking you how you're feeling, to use your feelings against you, just say, okay, I'm fine. Shrug your shoulders. Do not ask them how they are. It seems very impolite, but as soon as you ask them how they are going to offload on you. They're going to try and guilt trip you. They're going to go all about pulling you back in to their games. Reinforce your detachment by avoiding eye contact. By avoiding eye contact, you're avoiding that emotional connection with them. Just look over their right ear or left ear, or look over their shoulder, either way, or just past the top of the head. Look close. even at the nose, but do not make direct eye contact, as that can build an emotional connection with them, an emotional connection that they are going to use against you. Guard your attention like your life absolutely depends on it. Guard your attention to the maximum when around narcissistic people. Remember why the conversation started. Keep bringing it on to the actual conversation. Observe their manipulative games for what they are. Recognize what they are doing. Recognize what they're trying to draw out within you. Recognize if they are gaslighting you, projecting out onto you, triangulating you, guilt tripping you, pity playing with you, trying to make you feel obligated, trying to place fear within you. Recognize their game for what it is and guard your attention. If it's all possible, when they're trying to pull out those negative emotions within you, try to think of somewhere that makes you happy. Try to think of something that makes you happy. Try and think of a person that you are happy when you are around. Try and think about how you should be treated. Guard your attention like your life depends on it, because as soon as a narcissist gets your attention onto defending yourself, explaining yourself, they've got you right where they want you. As soon as you start justifying yourself to them, they've got you defending yourselves to them so that they don't have to answer to you. And the topic of conversation, the original topic of conversation, gets lost, and you're usually the one that ends up feeling angry, frustrated and hurt. Keep communication to an absolute minimum. Keep it as short and as brief as possible. If at all possible, try and stick to things like emails and messages, especially when co-parenting, so that you've got that record. If they send a paragraph of insults, sometimes you might want to sit down there with a piece of paper and write out a paragraph of insults back and then destroy that piece of paper. Don't write it out on email or text, because you might accidentally just send it. But you are more than allowed to sit down and write out all those insults to get them out of your headspace, and then just send them a simple message back, such as, okay, please see my previous message. The children will see you at such and such. Yes, no. You are allowed to get the insults out, just don't give them to a narcissist, and do not take what they've sent you personally. They are trying to get you in your feelings so that they can exploit your feelings. Recognize when they're not getting their own way is when they start accusing you of having feelings you do not have, having intentions you do not have, having agendas that you do not have. When they're not getting their own way is when their false accusations are going to come flying your way. Do not take those accusations personally. Recognize it as their manipulative game and stay in your own lane. If anyone has any thoughts on this video, please do add those into the comments. If anyone has any advice on what helped them with grey rock, with handling themselves around narcissistic people that they could not go no contact with, please do add those into the comments. Remember, some will take things to the extreme, so always keep yourself safe. If you are looking for further understanding and help and support overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, I do have several online guides available, and those teachable links are in the video description. If you're looking for someone to speak to, I have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is also in the video description. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers and your continued support with the channel. It's greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about the narcissist personality disorder, to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with within your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you understand and overcome narcissistic and emotional abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. Go out there and do at least one thing today that makes you happy. Go and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.